If you do anything creative at all, you have probably found yourself comparing yourself to other people who do the same thing that you do and do it really well. You've probably looked at those people and said, oh man, I'm never going to get to that level. They are so good at what they do. And when you do, you may have had some very kind and supportive people tell you something along the lines of, yes, you can. Yes, you can do that. You have the same potential that they do to reach that level of skill, and with some time and consistent effort, you can reach that level too. And that's a very nice thing to say, and those people aren't wrong. But I would just like to offer a different perspective, which is, what if you don't? What if you never reach that level? Hi, my name is Rowan, and I'm a creative who has spent many years sabotaging myself with self doubt and fear of being bad at things. I truly cannot tell you the number of times I have either not started something at all or quit very early on because I was afraid that I would never get to the level that somebody else is at that is really good at a thing that I want to do. And that has never gotten me anywhere. In fact, I would say that the pressure to be really good and the pressure to get to that level has only ever stifled me in the past, and I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of putting so much pressure on myself to be great at something that I end up just not starting or quitting when I get frustrated that I'm not automatically at that level right at the start. And I've tried to do that thing where I reassure myself that with time and practice, I will get to that level one day. But I'll be honest, it has not really helped me up to this point. So something I've started doing recently instead of doing that is asking myself, what if I never get to that level? What if I knew I'd never get to that level? If somebody could tell me definitively, like look into my future and tell me no matter how much you do this thing, you will never get to that level, would I still do it? Or would I quit? Why or why not? Do I do this thing because I want to be great at it? Or do I do this because I love doing it and it brings me joy? And there's no wrong answer. It is not a bad thing to want to be great at something. But what would happen if you took that off the table entirely? What if being great was not even on the horizon? It was not something that you could strive for. What if all there was to this thing is the pure love you have for doing it? Like, what if the idea of never being really, really good at this thing wasn't hopeless, but liberating? What if it gave you this sense of spaciousness, knowing like you could come to this practice or this craft every time just for the love of it and for the joy of it, not ever expecting anything more? Because I found that my expectations have been what has tripped me up so much in the past. And I want to be able to say that goals and expectations are two different things, but in my mind, they're really not. They exist in the same space. If I have a goal, there is some part of me that has an expectation I will meet that goal. And again, having a goal is not a bad thing. It's a really beautiful thing to consistently work towards something and get really good at it. But for all of the years I have spent approaching different creative pursuits and outlets with this expectation of meeting the goal of getting really, really good at it, I've never succeeded. I've never gotten to that place because I sabotage myself. I quit so early because I get frustrated that I'm not immediately good at it when I start. I don't think that I've actually done this with every single creative thing or skill that I've approached. I actually think that the one example that this is not true in is singing, because I have been singing for my entire life. I can't really remember a time in my life that singing wasn't something I did. It has always been a part of me and my life and my soul, if I'm being dramatic. And yeah, there is a part of me that would love to be a great singer, but that's not ever really the thing that I'm focusing my attention and energy on when I am singing. It's purely the joy of it and the love of it. 'Cause I fucking love singing. It like brings me so much pure joy, and I'm not really all that concerned actually with my level of skill. I just love doing it so much that it isn't that important to me that I'm good at it. And I want to bring that energy to everything that I do. I want to bring that love and that joy to every creative pursuit that I try. Right now, I am learning guitar, and it has been a struggle getting a running start because every time I do start, I get so tripped up by my unmet expectations for myself. I get frustrated and I put it down, and then I come back to it again a little while later, pretty much starting from scratch. I am not making any progress. I want to bring that same energy that I bring to singing to playing guitar and every creative thing that I do. Because my love for singing is so untainted by the expectation of being great at it, I get to just enjoy it. I never focus on my progress. I never focus on the goal. It's just for the love of it. And I want to do more things that way. And I know I'm not the only one. I know that like so many of us, probably all of us at some point in our creative journeys, are in this place where it is so hard to just approach this practice or this craft with the joy of it in mind and not the goal of being really good. And so here is a reminder that I know I definitely need, and probably many of you also need to hear, which is you literally do not ever have to be great at the thing you do in order for it to be worth doing. Being great or even good at something doesn't ever have to be something you strive for or achieve. You can do things just because you love doing them, just because they bring you joy. I don't want the joy to get lost amidst the frustration of not being great. I've had little moments, like little sparks of joy when I'm practicing guitar, and I want more of that. I want to be able to access that joy more thoroughly because I'm not afraid of sucking. Because I'm not afraid of being really bad at playing guitar. Because in the beginning of learning any skill, we are all bad at it. I just think that maybe I myself and probably a lot of other people could benefit from just a little thought exercise of what if I'm never really good at this thing? Like, do I still want to do this just because it's a joyful experience? Like, can I still have fun doing this thing even if I'm not really good at it? Because I do think that's possible. And I really want it to be possible because I don't want to be stuck in this frustration forever, for the rest of my life. I hate it. I can't stand it. And I want to be done with it. And I think that that idea of never being great can just offer a lot of space. For one thing, I think it can offer a lot of space for growth, because if you're not so concerned about reaching that goal of being great, you can actually sit with the suck and be comfortable being bad at it long enough to get good at it. But it also leaves space to just enjoy the thing, even if that's never a reality for you, even if you never become great. Along the same lines, I also think that you can call yourself, for example, an artist if you make art. Being good at art has nothing to do with it. Myself, as an example, I write. Therefore, I am a writer. Am I good at writing? Who's to say? But being good has nothing to do with it. Being good isn't why I can call myself a writer. I can call myself a writer because it is something I do, something I love doing, something that, once again, if I'm being dramatic, feels like a part of my soul. And if I'm never a great writer, fine. Because I love writing, and it's going to be something I continue to do probably for the rest of my life just because I love doing it. Same with singing. I am always going to be a singer because I sing. It is something I do constantly in my free time when I am alone. I am always singing, and it is such a part of me. I don't ever need to be great at it to be able to call myself a singer. It's something I do. Therefore, I am a singer. And I just think that we all need to do that more. I think we all need to stop worrying about whether we're good enough at the thing to call ourselves that thing. If you make art, you are an artist. If you play an instrument, like if you play the drums, you are a drummer. If you dance, you're a dancer. You don't have to be good or great at those things to call yourself those things. And I think that this can be applied to things that aren't creative too, just like any skill. Gardening, skateboarding, really, like literally any skill you can apply this to. If you like doing it, do you have to be good? Another good example, I love sewing. And what a shame it would be if I just stopped sewing forever because I'm not that good at it. Like, I'm having fun. That's what matters. Anyway, I just think that we can all really benefit from asking ourselves that question. What if I'm never great at it? What if I never reach the level of skill of the people I admire who do the thing that I do? Would I still do it? Could I still have fun doing it even if I'm not great at it? This was kind of just one big rant, it feels like, but I have been thinking about this a lot. I personally feel like when I'm trying to shift my perspective on something, talking about it out loud really helps to like solidify that in my brain and actually practice it, actually like put it into practice and use it. So my hope is that now that I have made this video and talked about it out loud, I will be able to more effectively put this into practice for myself in my own life. And hopefully you can too. I really hope that hearing somebody pose these questions can help you find more joy in the things you do, even if you're not good at them yet or ever. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and if you have any thoughts about this, please leave a comment and share whatever you're thinking. Have you asked yourself these questions before? What were the results? And if you'd like, please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.